Hey guys, Karen Schwartz here. I wanted to shoot a video to tell you about Koalgo, why you should use it in your English class, what it is, and why I decided to make it. So Koalgo is a website where you can have your students do projects that integrate coding concepts and English concepts. So for the 4 projects that I have on the website right now, there's a simile generator, a metaphor maker, an oxymoron machine, and a couplet creator. And each of these projects uses some different Python concepts. So they use things like values and variables, concatenation, indexing, strings, things like that. So it's really a great opportunity for students to think about language computationally, to think about what are the components in a literary device like a metaphor or an oxymoron, and how can you represent those things with code, and then how can you not only represent them but also play around with them and create things with them. So I'll give you an example. In the simile generator, I took 4 similes and I divided them each into 2 parts. And then what the program does once your students create it is it takes each of the parts and it randomly assigns them to each other. So for example, one of the similes is her breath is like frozen air. Okay, so the 2 components there are her breath is, so that noun phrase, and then you have frozen air. And both of those phrases are joined together using the word like. And so what happens is I have 4 similes that each have 2 parts, just like that, and they're split up, and then the program, using Python's random module, randomly assigns components to each other so that you end up with scrambled similes. And it's just a fun way for kids to see how language works. And the idea for doing this kind of project really came to me basically through a combination of my experience. I have a bachelor's degree in English education, a master's in English. I've taught college writing, I've taught English as a foreign language, and I've also taught high school English. And so I'm definitely someone who loves literature and who loves analyzing language, specifically literary devices, looking at different types of symbolism, similes, metaphors, all of those images that we have in literature, and just really parsing those out and analyzing those. I worked for a year at a Learn to Code company, an ed tech company, where I did content marketing. So I was doing all of this research about why coding is good for kids, how it connects to different school subjects, how it helps them improve their cognitive skills and critical thinking skills, and all of this. And as part of my research for creating all that marketing content, I came across so many connections between English and coding. And I just really wanted to explore that more, and not just explore it, but create products that teachers could use to explore that. Because if you are at all interested in using coding in your classroom, I think that's super important. And you don't have to be a STEM teacher to do it. You can be a humanities teacher, an English teacher. And I feel like right now there's a lot of emphasis on teaching coding in schools, but in my experience, a lot of that coding happens in a specific programming class or in a STEM class. It's not so much integrated into the humanities. Or if it is, it tends to be like cute little like animated games or just animations that kids are making that do relate to English concepts like parts of speech or something, and that can be fun and relevant. But I haven't seen things that are more sophisticated for the English classroom, where students are actually seeing how language and code can be really intimately connected. And where they're actually building programs that help them break down language structures, analyze them, and then represent them with code. And so that is really the goal with Koalgo, is to give students a space to do that. And so the website is called, it's koalgo.herokuapp.com, and I have that link in the description below. It's completely free. You don't need to set up user accounts or anything like that. So it's really easy for you and your students to just get on there, do the projects, and really explore some of those literary devices while also helping kids learn how to code. So please check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your students like it. If there's anything that could be changed to make it more user-friendly for your students, let me know. You can leave comments in the comments below, or reach out to me on my social channels that I've mentioned in the description as well. Yeah, and happy coding and happy English learning. Bye!